Hello and welcome to my journey on how to create my new game. Today I'll talk about how I like to start my projects. I usually start by getting my ideas sorted out, simplify those ideas, and then start developing. Last year I created Magirune and this was my first completed game. It went way beyond my expectation. Before that, I created a concept game called Secret of the Basilisk, but it ended up being a bit more complicated than expected. And that's why I ended up building Magirune, which was much simpler to do. Now I want to start over Secret of the Basilisk using Unity instead of JavaScript. I don't know if you're like me, but when I get ideas in my head, they often just play on auto repeat and never really evolve. Actually, I often end up doing nothing with those ideas. My first step is to always write everything down on paper. I'm not talking about a tablet or phone, but with a real paper and a real pen. Actual writing seems to really help removing anything from inside my brain and sort of copy paste it on paper. It could be the slowness of writing that help, I don't know. After writing a lot, I usually take the time to sort out those ideas and categorize them on the computer. Now, I just want to warn you, be careful with your ideas. Sometimes you might think you have a good one in your head, but it's actually just an emotion. And these can be tricky if kept in the head. Emotion can be good, but we often get attached to them. So, after having all the ideas down, it's time to simplify them. What need work is finding the base concept of the game, the simplest form of it. In my case, I wanted to create an incremental game. There's a lot of these type of game right now, so I needed to find a twist. I was playing Crossy Road at that time and thought it would be awesome to have an idle adventure game using Crossy Road style. Having the visual as 2D isometric didn't seem too complicated to do. And since it's going to be idle, I don't really need real-time movement. It could be faked by doing a turn-based game, but as soon as a turn is done, the next one would start. With this and the fact that it would all be tile-based, I wouldn't need to worry too much about complex collision, since every action would be between cells of a grid. Now it's time to start building something. I already have a strong knowledge of programming, so I usually start with that. If you are strong with graphic or storytelling, you might want to start with concept art or lore. Let me know in the comment if you like to start with programming, the art, or the story. Now that I got my base idea and the type of game, I will start programming. As you probably noticed, I decided to start writing everything in a C# console application. Some of you are probably saying, what is he doing? But in everything that I've built, I always try to separate the UI from the core logic. This has always worked really well with corporate application, but I have no idea how this will work out for a game. I've seen some tutorial on game programming, and a lot of people just mix both together and seems to be the norm. I'll start with the basic game logic and plug it in Unity later on. If you ever have any trouble starting up, try these 3 steps and see if it helps you out. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. I'm just starting out, so even just one person subscribing will tell me I'm not that bad at this. I'll be talking to you again soon.